Today, I originally planned to focus my video on satirizing the Bharat Empire, but the leaked recording of Thailand's Prime Minister Paetongtarn shocked me. I rarely comment directly on internal conflicts among ASEAN countries because ASEAN is China's most important trading partner, and most of its member states maintain good relations with China. Take Thailand as an example. Paetongtarn herself is of Chinese descent, and the fact that Thailand has repeatedly elected Chinese-descended prime ministers demonstrates its friendliness toward China. While I often criticize Malaysia for some discriminatory policies against ethnic Chinese, to be fair, Malaysia preserves Chinese culture more completely than any other Southeast Asian country. As for Cambodia, it is a key destination for Chinese investment, and despite occasional unpleasant incidents, it aligns with China's strategic interests. I believe that as China's national strength grows and trade relations with ASEAN countries deepen, Southeast Asia's future is very bright. Any conflicts or disputes with China can be resolved through negotiation. Therefore, I rarely criticize Southeast Asian countries, as no government or political figure in the world is perfect, and everyone has their own positions and interests that cannot fully align. However, Hun Sen's leak of his conversation with Paetongtarn, which has caused her a major crisis, crosses a moral line, compelling me to discuss this topic. This video is purely an emotional outburst. First, Hun Sen is a man in his 70s, and Paetongtarn calling him uncle is a polite gesture that reflects her personal upbringing. As Thailand's prime minister, her social status is no lower than Hun Sen's, and one could even say Thailand's national strength far surpasses Cambodia's. By addressing him this way, she elevated his status. Regardless of Paetongtarn's motives, she genuinely sought to resolve the dispute through friendly negotiation, a rare quality in today's dog-eat-dog world. As prime minister, she could easily have stirred populist sentiments to gain public support, since fighting wars is the military's responsibility, not hers. Why would she risk domestic criticism to accommodate Cambodia? It is because she values peace and believes the government should focus on addressing economic and livelihood issues rather than engaging in military or diplomatic confrontations. Regardless, for such a kind, modern woman, even if Hun Sen disagreed with her political stance, he absolutely should not have leaked the phone recording, putting her in the center of a storm. Hun Sen's actions are utterly lacking in grace and can even be called morally corrupt. His shamelessness shatters young people's belief in respecting the elderly, making them realize they must be cautious rather than trusting when dealing with older people. In the future, if they see an elderly person collapse on the street, they might not dare to help, fearing they could be extorted. With his shamelessness, Hun Sen has greatly raised Cambodia's notoriety, and we should truly congratulate him for that. Second, secretly recording the conversation was despicable. I am very curious. What outcome was he hoping to achieve by making the recording public? Regardless of what they were disputing, Paetongtarn was willing to call him uncle and communicate calmly, making her the most dovish figure in Thailand. Did Hun Sen leak the recording to force Paetongtarn out of office? If she steps down, her replacement would likely be a hardliner. Does Hun Sen want to resolve the territorial dispute near the Preah Vihear temple through military means? Even at the peak of Vietnam's military power, Thailand's military did not yield. So would it bow to Cambodia? Has Hun Sen lost his mind? Does Cambodia need to focus on economic development or wage war with Thailand? Amid the China-US confrontation, ASEAN countries are enjoying their best development opportunities in history. If they fail to seize this moment and fall behind, they risk missing industrialization forever. Like India. Has he considered how other ASEAN countries view Cambodia because of this? Regardless of who was right or wrong in their prior dispute, that is between Cambodia and Thailand, and other countries will not take sides. But for a man in his 70s to bully a polite woman is utterly reprehensible. Will anyone dare treat Cambodia as a friend in the future? Third, China is advancing infrastructure development in the Indochina Peninsula to establish a route to the Malacca Strait, connecting to Singapore. From a Chinese perspective, we hope the peninsula's countries maintain peace, with the fundamental principle of avoiding escalations at every turn. If China supported resolving issues through force, it would have acted on its island disputes with Vietnam and the Philippines long ago. The China-US trade and technology war will not end in the short term. China undoubtedly wants to upgrade ASEAN countries' infrastructure and boost their economic development, which would both cultivate markets for Chinese businesses and reduce import costs, complementing Southeast Asia's economies. Above all, China hopes to maintain regional peace so everyone can prosper together. The people of Southeast Asian countries also generally aspire to improve economic development and living standards. At this moment, stirring up trouble and escalating tensions serves no practical purpose beyond exciting domestic populist elements. This issue has sparked heated discussion on Chinese social media, but few people care about the Thailand-Cambodia dispute itself. Instead, everyone is outraged by Hun Sen's shameless behavior, as it violates the principle of integrity in Chinese traditional culture. Even the mafia would not stoop so low. This incident has severely damaged Cambodia's image on Chinese social media, with many Chinese questioning whether China's investment in Cambodia is excessive and needs reevaluation. Finally, I want to say to the Thai people, as Thailand's Prime Minister, Paetongtarn would never betray Thailand's interests. If you suspect her Chinese descent might lead her to favor China at Thailand's expense, that might have some basis. But why would she betray Thailand to Cambodia? Use your brains and do not be swayed by emotions.